Building a base in Minecraft isn't always the easiest thing, so here are some tips and tricks on how to make your life that little bit easier when it comes to building a base. Walls for me are one of the most important parts of a build, so I start off with a basic 3x3. I use solid blocks and then I add in a little bit of texture. With the texture added, I can then look at it and get my scaling right and see if I'm happy with it. I then add in my wooden logs, which give it that lovely bit of texture and makes everything just look that little bit nicer. Obviously, the dark spruce is a little bit too harsh, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab our axe and we're going to actually strip it. This makes it blend just that little bit better. Obviously, it still looks too flat, so what we're going to do is we're going to add in some stairs, and that'll just really create the little bit more of a shape. And it just stops things looking really flat. What we're then going to do is just add in some gates, just to add, again, just a bit more texture, and there you have it. It just looks nice. Add in a little window. You can use anything from glass panes to fences to gates. You can use literally anything in the middle here. I'll use glass, and I think that looks pretty good. All it's left to do now is to expand this all the way around, and that is your first level completely built. With the outside done, it's time to do a little bit on the inside. As you can see, we have these nice corners, but there are these weird gaps that we have on the inside. So what we're going to do is grab some stairs, and as always, stairs make everything that little bit better. Do this all the way around, and there you go. You filled in these weird gaps, and it actually looks pretty good. With the inside taken care of, we can deal with the outside. As you can see, I'm towering up on the outside. This is going to give us a chance to have a little bit more depth, and it makes it look a little bit better. We can add a bit of a balcony, and trust me, everybody loves a balcony. With your pillars in, what we're going to do is start the balcony off. You can use spruce, but I think it looks a bit too plain. So for this example, I'm going to use some oak, and as you can see, the oak makes it look about 10 times better. Obviously, we're going to carry this on all the way around, but we are left with these weird corners, so what we're going to do is add in some oak fences. This will frame it off, and it also works really nicely to hang some lanterns from. With the exterior done, we now have to add a door. What we're going to do is we're going to copy the same design as we have already, but this time, rather than having a window, we are literally going to place a door. So we build it up with some stone, use some stone bricks to add the texture, and then add in a surround like we normally do, using some stairs and our trapdoors, add in a door in the middle, and obviously add a little welcome sign, and there you have it, a door. Next up, we have to work on the interiors. So what we've done is we've built the outside up a little bit more, added in these fences across the top to give it sort of a roof, and it sort of frames in the actual balcony itself. On the inside, what I've done is I've added in some stripped oak logs. These are going to create our frame, and then in the middle, I've just filled them up with some walls. These stone walls and andesite walls work really well, but the issue is we do end up with these holes underneath. So we head underneath, and we add in a load of stairs, because stairs hide all of our problems. Obviously, in certain parts where we have the other stairs, it doesn't look very good, so what we do is we swap them out for trapdoors. Much better. Heading back to the walls, the way I do my shapes is I just punch out whatever looks good. Adding windows can't be any easier. Create the holes nice and simple. With a door, just leave it open. A 1 block gap makes it look a lot wider, and it also looks really nice. And with that now done, look at this. We have our own little balcony and a full-on walkway all around the outside. Next thing to work on is to find a way from the downstairs to the upstairs. And all we're going to do is add in some very basic stairs. A straight set of stairs can always look good. One way to make it look better is to fill the little hole that you have. You always end up with an awkward space, so always fill it in with some barrels to add a little bit of extra storage, and it also aesthetically looks quite good. Add some spruce trapdoors to the side of your stairs, as this gives it a little bit more of a finish. And there you have a lovely staircase. With the staircase done, it's time to add in the floor. So what you do is you grab yourself some slabs and you pop it all the way across. So you end up with a lovely base. With everything now done, it is time to add in the roof. The problem is we don't just want to have a plain roof, because something like this can really ruin an entire build. What we want to do is add something a little bit different. So what we do is we come in at an angle and we go up. Rather than just going straight up in an angle, we're going to go up almost vertically and then bring it across the top with some slabs. This makes things just that little bit nicer, and it gives it a little bit more of a shape. With the outline of the roof finally complete, we can actually start adding in a bit of texture. To start off by placing some slabs. This is going to be the floor of our balcony. Place an extra slab in the corner to make it a full block. Add our fences on top as a support, and place a roof above that made out of slabs. So you end up with this nice looking balcony. What we're then going to do is take our dark oak and finish off the rest of our roof, making sure it all matches up and it goes all the way around. Once all the dark oak is placed, you'll end up with a roof that looks as glorious as this. But as you can see, it still looks relatively unfinished. So what we need to do is add in some final textures, and the way we're going to do this is by adding in some trapdoors, adding in some buttons, just to finish everything off nicely. We do still have a large hole added, so what we're going to do is we're going to place a beam down the middle and place walls around it, because as always, walls make everything look beautiful. That is now the outside completely done. The only thing left to do is to sort out this interior space. We already have our staircase coming up, so let's add another one right here. Using the same design, we're just going to go stairs all the way up, and as you can see, you can still walk underneath it. Once your staircase is in place, obviously we want to use trapdoors again, just to give it that final edge. On top of the walls, we're going to place full blocks. This will give us a nice little edge around the outside, and then we're going to go all the way around with some slabs, until eventually you'll have a space that looks just like this. Obviously this is our bedroom, so we do need to make this into a livable space. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a bed. Obviously it has to be orange, and we're going to make it look as if it's sunken into the floor. The next thing we're going to add is just a really cheap and easy wardrobe. All you need is 2 spruce doors and a couple of trapdoors. They go on either side, add a roof, add a bit of a back, and there you have it, a very simple wardrobe. We then want to add in some lighting in the corners, making sure they're completely symmetrical. Add in some chests as bedside tables, and obviously add yourself a little armor stand so you can take your armor off at the end of the day. And there we have it, a very simple house that isn't that expensive. I'm Hermitcraft, and you guys are bloody awesome.